and welcome to Project A3 Reviews. I'm Michael and this time I will review a very impressive IM at affordable price. This is the KB Ear Ks2. Thank you for KB Ear for providing me with this review unit. It is priced only around $25 US, which is, for me, it is very cheap in the IM world. The packaging itself is underwhelming. It is really simple, and if you're already familiar with, well, Chi-Fi packaging like KZ or CCA, this is really similar. Okay, that's all for the intro. Now let's get deeper into the review. The housing is definitely made of plastic. It has metallic nozzle, and it is using 2-pin connectors with twisted and braided cable. But here's the thing, the build is really similar to Chi-Fi at this price point. Like if you have some KZ or CCA, you will notice the similarity between these IMs. Maybe the KB Ear, the KB Ear Ks2 is using plastic, while KZ or CCA using a aluminum faceplate, I think. Now for the sound, I will use my i5 XDSD as my main source. And the sound signature of this KB Ear Ks2 is definitely lively V-shape with huge soundstage. Well, you might think that, oh, another Chi-Fi with typical V-shape tuning. Well, actually it is yes and no, because for me the typical Chi-Fi V-shape IM has metallic tinge and sparkle to it, and sometimes screamy and sibilant vocal. But not this Ks2. Yes, this is V-shape, but for me it is quite different from the other typical Chi-Fi V-shape, if you understand what I mean. Okay, starting from the bass, it is blooming with a lot of good depth, although not really fast. But I'm sure it will satisfy those who love EDM and such. It is very punchy, thick and deep. And then the mid-range, it is clear with, yes, some upper mid emphasize, resulting in a bit thin vocal, but with a layer of smoothness. So it's not really metallic, sibilant. It's just a little bit thin, but I still hear some layer of smoothness in there. Like for example, Ed Sheeran sounds a bit too thin for my taste, but it is not shouty or harsh. There's a little bit sibilant, yes, but it only comes when the song itself is really harsh. Okay, now for the treble, I found it to be really pleasing. It has smooth, sparkling taste. Cymbal crash and high notes in violin are present and a bit forward, yes, but it is still smooth and far from harsh metallic timbre. Okay, separation is quite good at this price point, but it could get a little bit covered by some decay of its blooming bass. The really nice thing about this Ks2 is the soundstage. It is really wide with a lot of depth. I think it is the largest soundstage and the most 3D soundstage at this price point. Okay, now how is it compared to the already well-known, the hyped blon bl03? Blon sounds warmer and smoother, while Ks2 sounds more sparkly and airy while maintaining that V-shaped sound. Well, both have blooming and slow bass, but Ks2 is actually deeper, and for me it is more focused and just a little bit better than the blon. The mid-range is thicker and smoother in blon, while the Ks2 is thinner but clearer actually. And then the treble, it is more subdued and relaxed in blon, while the Ks2 has better extension and sparkle without being metallic. So separation and soundstage is a bit better in Ks2. I think the separation level is very similar, but the soundstage is definitely more three-dimensional. It is more wide and has more depth and height in Ks2. So I really like Ks2 at that point, but I'm sure that a lot of people will still prefer some smooth and warm from the blonde. So it just totally depends on your taste, because for myself, I couldn't really choose between these two. I like them both. Really, I like them both. Okay, so here is the pros, cons, and final score of the Ks2. So overall, Ks2 is a really good product in a really affordable price. No need to be an audiophile to understand that Ks2 is truly a good product. Yeah, it will satisfy a lot of ears. So that's all for the review. I hope you enjoyed today's review. If you have any question, please write down in the comment below. I'm Michael from Project A3. See you next time. Bye bye.